Cinda, my friend Cinda, here we are again. And I called you to come into my little living room, your little living room, because in the last, 3 weeks or less, you and I were in a process to help change the stories from which our current world has emerged. And it's been such powerful work through the last year and a half we've been doing that. What really was so exciting for me is to listen to what you experienced in changing the story and the impact it had on you a few days later. When you woke up, you texted me so excited with this new energy. And I thought, there are so many people in the world today going through the first month of January 2020 in a phase where they're being challenged. What is hard for you? And that gets harder so that they can say, yes, I'm going to let it go. But then what's on the other side of that? We're facing our challenges, facing our walls, dark nights of the soul. What's on the other side of that? So I wanted you to come and be with me to share your experience as you walked through this door to open, and what's on the other side and what you felt, so that others can be part of that vicariously. So you take it on. Tell me the story.
Well, so when we met online first and you were walking us through a meditation, I was, that we're trying to change the trajectory of things that are going on. I was sitting there and I started to visualize these vortexes, if you will, that were attached to, and these vortexes or tubes had vacuums, and they were and it was searching for the evil energy, to pull the evil energy up or to vacuum out, and energy that isn't serving us anymore, energy that is being this cause of concern that you just mentioned about. And so in my mind's eye, as I'm meditating, and I'm watching all this energy leaving all these people, I saw sand starting to get sucked up. And then underneath the sand were these, what appeared to be bodies. And these bodies were sitting up. And at first I thought, oh my gosh, is it zombie-like? But then they started to sit up, and then they started to fly. And I realized, and they were rising and rising and rising by the thousands. And they were everywhere. And I realized as I'm watching this, it was like lucid dreaming in a way, because I knew that the sand wasn't literal, that it was like the sands of time were being pulled away and revealing the ancients. Because as they started to fly, one landed on me, putting a hand on my chest and a hand on my back. And I felt this surge of love, this surge of awakening, it almost like a, like bringing to life. And it was so beautiful. And I looked, and it was happening everywhere. It's like these beings, whoever they were, if they were, lifted from Mother Earth, or if they were the elders and they were from every creed, every race, every religion. They were ancient from the Middle East. You could see Jesus and his followers. You could see the Tibetans. You could see the monks. You could see the Christian faiths. I mean, they were everywhere, but they were flying through the air, and they were all doing the exact same thing. And they were placing their hand on a chest and a hand on the back, and they were bringing love, bringing love, bringing love. And it was so spectacular. It was so beautiful. And it altered me. I can still feel those hands on me. I can still feel the love that was passed through me before that entity flew off to someone else. And so then, if not that next morning, I woke up and I felt it. I felt it in droves. And I don't know if you want to read the text I sent you, or if you'd like me to, but I think it'd be interesting to read what I woke up experiencing. If there's things in here that need to be explained, you might be able to do a good job explaining. What do you think? Would you like me to read it or you?
I'll read it.
Okay.
So this is the text. Cinda said, I woke up feeling it. Sharon, it's real. It's happening. They are everywhere. All those buried, silent, spiritual leaders that have been uncovered by the sands of time being removed from the work of the vacuums. They are rising by the thousands. I want to weep in awe. They are spreading the energy of love and joy, and the result will be peace. It is pouring out of my eyes as the energy overwhelms my senses. It's like I said, this is HOPE, hope. I am altered by this. And how can we support those whose energies are being shifted so they know?
Yeah. Yeah. And so then you called me and you said, let's do something about that. And so I thought, with your permission, we could just do a really quick visualization and meditation to have people tap into that energy, to have them, if they haven't experienced it yet, to call it to them.
Perfect.
Would that be good?
That would be wonderful. So I'm with you.
All right. So if those people who are tapping into this and listening, if they can just sit there with their feet on the ground, their back straight, and their eyes closed, and breathing at a rate that is comfortable as they relax into this space, into this place, and into this time. For we know that there are things happening in this world that are out of our control. What is one to do? Where is one to go? And the solution is to seek love, seek out joy, and to experience it as our own. And to spread that love and that joy. For when we become it and we share it, we change the world. So in my dream, there were entities that were seeking those out that needed to experience that love, that joy, that peace. So with a silent calling, just seek out and ask, bring to me the hope, the hope. Bring to me and feel the entity arrive. This entity is safe. It is there to support you. Feel this angel's hand on your chest and on your back. Feel the heat swarm within you and build and build and build. Own this energy as your own, this divine love, this gift of divine joy, and the beauty and the offering of grace. Breathe it in and out. Breathe it in and out. And now, knowing that you now have the skill and the feeling and the gorgeousness to share it yourself. with gratitude for that angel, for that entity. Open your eyes. Know you are healed. And now share it with the rest of the world. And so it is.
And so it is.
Mm.
And we can all be grateful for those who see energy change before others who don't see those realms, before they feel it or see it in their physical eyes. Because then we can know it's coming, we can draw it to us, and it can strengthen us as we walk through the door. So thank you, Cinda.
Beautiful.
We'll love
Yeah. You know, we find joy within us, but I think some people that feel so hopeless, I think the energy of these angels, of these entities, are to awaken the joy which is within you, right? But they are joy, they are love, they are grace. So when we were calling them to us, you know, they are there, but to awaken the joy that is within us, to awaken the divine love that is within us, that we are. And now that they have hopefully experienced it, it is their responsibility to share it with the world.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you. It was incredible to relive it and experience it again. I cherish you, Sharon.
And we'll talk again.
Okay, bye.
Bye.